Okay, let's start with the configuration. SAP Production Basic Data. SAP Production Basic Data, Bills of Material, item data, define item categories. Okay, now item categories, if you look at these, what are these basically? The explanation is given alongside here in this column. This is compatible unit, document item, class item, stock item, non-stock item. So required entry for compatible unit, whether this is part of inventory management or text item or variable sized item, whether that is related with document item or class or plant maintenance or intra material, value must be positive. Document item, it must be positive and it is related to document item. Class item is related to class item. Can be positive or negative. This is intra-material. Yes, we can have material that can go into negative if it is consumed. Okay. Then it can have sub-items or not. Yes, it can have sub-items. Even documents can have sub-items as well. But by default, it's unselected. Item control key is by default 01, 03, and 02. Let's have a look at what these are. No explanation is given in the long text. Okay. So that is how you actually create your bills of material configuration. What is the usage? For usage, of course, it's used for costing, for sales and distribution, for order quantity, for technical data in engineering department, for plant maintenance, for production, for operations. Item categories. Okay, as we have seen, the stock item, non-stock item, when you create BOM, you must assign each component to an item category. Each component, the component that we mean each part of the motorcycle that is going to be built will have an item category. It determines the features and functions of an item, as simple as that. So BOM usage, we've already seen that. Comparison, yes. Now you can have multiple BOMs for a variant, for multiple variants of the same motorcycle model. And of course, the variants can differ in color, in performance, in engine size, in engine performance, in speed, design, everything. So we can compare. Some parts will be equal, okay? Some components will be by default the same, like the chassis or the seat cover or the headlights, whatever, or the storage fuel tank, that the size of it, the design of it can be the same or it cannot be the same. So speaking of, the next part is BOM explosion and BOM multi-level. We have seen the BOM multi-level where each component is basically divided into various levels. Now these levels can go further beyond as well. Over here we have explosion in bills of material where the materials are basically divided, and as per the quantity requirements, those quantities are then aligned. In multi-level BOM, of course, the levels, each level will have their own set of quantities and will have summarized quantities as well. Level by level explosion that gives molecular details of material. There are three ways to explode BOM, which is multi-level, shows by level explosion requirement of material. Okay. For example, also bills of materials can be used multiple times for various production orders. Okay, where are the components being right now consumed and being moved and being stored and transferred? Those components are important for production. If production stops because of component shortage, the BOM, of course, it carries all the components and there would be visibility for the management. Where use list, of course, these components are then used at various levels of your production. And of course, some components can be common and can be used in multiple BOMs. Mass changing BOMs, yes, you can change BOM date of expiry, date of validity. These can be changed. Components can be changed as well. Okay. Technical type. Now, if we have to go into detailed BOM, simple BOM, this is multi-level, but then we'll have a variant BOM where the color of the motorcycle will change, the make of the motorcycle, the weight, or any other feature that is different from the default model. That becomes a variant BOM. Multiple BOMs, yes. In the same variant, we can have different components to upgrade. For example, this can be for sales order production, sales order based production. Okay. In variant BOM, of course, as we can see over here, we're building a keyboard, and keyboard can be black, red, or blue. In case of blue, of course, the variants will be related to blue. Casing will be blue. Casing upper section will be blue. Sheet metal will be of the same variant. The floor of casing, the base of keyboard, these can be identical with red and black as well. But upper casing will be having different options. So this is what is a variant BOM. So technical type of a variant BOM is V, and there can be several products. They can be up to 99 variants and different material number for each variant. So every variant will be a different material, and there will be a BOM header for each variant that will be different. In a variant BOM, of course, the plant will be the same, but of course, in the variant BOM, the materials can be different. Like, for example, the code for material here is different for every variant, and those are summarized under the group of BOM. Okay, but the plant and usage is kept the same here. That is more important to be understood over here. In variant configuration, of course, the components are different. These are based on sales order or customer order, customized order production. Over here, of course, you can add and reduce the components as you like, and that is part of the variant configuration. In variant configuration, the BOM is of the maximum size. It lists all the components, maximum number of components, and out of which you actually extract all the components to build one variant BOM, variant configuration based BOM. The maximum routing will extract configured routing. Okay. And multiple BOMs, of course, there are alternatives, and alternatives can be the lot sizing can be alternative. Okay. Alternate one will use a mix of pigment. Alternate two will use solvent. Alternate three will use water. This is multiple BOMs for the same production line. Okay. Now, multiple BOM is of technical type category M. Okay, there are thousands of alternatives. Alternatives are based on lot sizes and date and production versions. Okay, I guess you get the difference. Multiple BOMs, alternative 1, 2, and 3. Again, these are collected under the BOM group. So, for example, if you are creating a paint for the motorcycle, that paint can be thick, can be thin, can be cheap or expensive. So, for that, you need alternatives, and based on the alternatives, the costing will change as well. That is basically a feature of the multiple BOM. Assignment to plant, BOMs are defined at client level. These are independent and then assigned to plant. Okay, later on. Recursiveness. Now, this is used in pharma and chemical industries. For example, like when we are making yogurt from milk, you need a little bit of yogurt to reiterate and make yogurt from that milk, and it basically again reiterates and recycles itself and repeats itself. That is recursiveness. Creating BOMs from CS01 MM60 to get material list. Okay, and CS01 material. We'll create one in the next one. Thank you very much. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.